So I just got done watching Poltergeist, the 2015 remake, and I watched the extended cut, which is 97 minutes long, and the theatrical cut is 90 minutes long. So there's 7 new additional minutes added to the extended cut of this movie, and if you look up there, it says extended cut. So this DVD comes with both the theatrical and extended cut, which, yeah, the extended cut is extra, which I got this movie like, I think it was like around, I got it around like a year to 2 years ago. It's been on my shelf for quite a while, and I remember when I first bought it, I watched it, but then I haven't revisited it ever since. So I don't know. I don't remember if I have seen the theatrical cut or not, but yeah, so I can't tell you what those 7 new extra minutes in the extended cut are of, or what storyline they're extended, or what new scenes, or what extended scenes there are. I can't really say because I can't really recall watching the theatrical cut myself. But yeah, tonight I watched the extended cut because, I had nothing else better to do. We're all stuck inside at the moment. I'm trying to watch more movies, and I'm trying to watch more movies and review more movies for you guys, trying to catch up on a couple. And plus, one of my New Year's resolutions this year was to review more horror movies, which one of the big reasons why I watch this is because it is produced by Sam Raimi, which these past couple of days I have been obsessed with Sam Raimi. Like, I think it was yesterday I watched Drag Me to Hell, which this was written and directed by Sam Raimi, and I think this is a really good movie, and he directed the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy, which I think that is one of the most accurate and one of the best comic book representations of a superhero character. And I think Sam Raimi did an incredible job with that trilogy. I like all three movies. Say what you want about the third Spider-Man movie, but I like it personally myself. It's probably my second favorite, actually, out of, like, if I was to rank the Spider-Man movies, that would probably be like my second favorite, or if not first favorite, because yeah, I've seen Spider-Man 3 more than I have Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man 1. And Sam Raimi is also known for directing the Evil Dead franchise. He directed, the first Evil Dead, which is an instant classic. He's also a producer, as you know, from Poltergeist, and he produced this year's Grudge film, which wasn't really all that good, and he also produced the Evil Dead remake, and he has his hands in a lot of projects as a producer. And when you have Sam Raimi's name on a project like Grudge or Poltergeist, or like the Evil Dead remake, it's a great marketing tool, especially having a famous name such as Sam Raimi, because he directed Evil Dead, Spider-Man, and all of that. It's a great way to get the word out to people, having Sam Raimi's name all over the marketing for the film. Like, if you watch the trailers for like Poltergeist, it says like, from the producer of Spider-Man and the Evil Dead trilogy, and having Sam Raimi's name on here as a producer is a great way of marketing the film. So yeah, that's with like any movie now, is like, if you have someone like Sam Raimi or like Steven Spielberg's name like on a movie, or in the trailer, and you use that as a marketing tool, I mean, people are obviously going to be interested because of that director's name. So yeah, that's just how it is. It's a smart technique of marketing a movie. So even on the cover of the DVD here, it says like, from legendary filmmaker Sam Raimi, Spider-Man, The Evil Dead, and director Gil Kenman, who, I think it's how you say his last name. He directed Monster House, and he's also a writer on next year's Ghostbusters Afterlife. He wrote that film. That's, I think, his next project. At least last I looked at his filmography, that was the last project that he was making at the moment. But yeah, he directed this along with Monster House, and he's done like another film. I can't recall what the name of it was, but yeah. So yeah, I think that was probably the biggest reason for me actually revisiting this movie tonight is because of Sam Raimi's. Because I've been on like a Sam Raimi high for the past like 2 days. It's like I've watched, like Poltergeist tonight, Drag Me to Hell the other night. I've been watching like interviews and all that on YouTube. I like the way he produces. Also the way he directs. I think he's a really smart director when it comes to directing movies, and I feel like he has a good insight before he actually goes in directing. Like with Spider-Man, he obviously had a good insight of like character before he actually directed it, so he understood, Spider-Man's life and Peter Parker's life, and yeah, it was a good representation of the character, and so. Yeah, like I really like Sam Raimi as a director, and I also really like him as a producer. He's produced a lot of pretty good movies. His producing side of things has had its ups and downs, with like Poltergeist, which I'm about to talk about, and like a Grudge this year, and he's producing he's producing like a short TV series. It's like 10 minutes per episode. It was called like 50 States of Fright or something. And yeah, there was like a teaser trailer that dropped like I think a month ago. So yeah, you can go check that out if you want. But that recently came out, and I haven't seen it. Yeah, it's not on like Netflix or Amazon or any of that. So it's I want to watch it. I'm not sure if it will be coming to like DVD and all that. Like I can't imagine it because it's only like 10 minutes like per episode, so I'm not sure if it will come to like DVD or Blu-ray and whatever. But if it does, I'll definitely pick it up. Or if a friend, has it, I'll watch it because that's definitely a show I'm very curious in checking out. So yeah, but anyways, I'm getting a bit off topic. Let's stay to what this video is, which is Poltergeist, the 2015 remake. What did I think of it? This movie's bad. This is honestly bad. Like I go into horror remakes with the best mind, and there are some remakes out there I really do enjoy. Friday the 13th, the 2009 remake, is a remake I really loved. I've seen that remake many times. What's another remake? What's another remake I enjoy? I'm trying to think of horror remakes out there. There have been a lot of bad ones, like Nightmare on Elm Street. That is, I think, a dreadful remake. I did not like that at all. Another remake I really like is When a Stranger Calls, the 2009 remake. I really love that. I went back and actually watched that like probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and like it's not as good as I remember it being. There's probably a good 5 minutes of that movie that actually maybe 10 to 15 minutes of that movie that are very slow, but like everything else I think was on point. But yeah, there are a few problems I have, like there's a handful of things in like When a Stranger Calls that I don't like, but yeah, I really enjoy that. So yeah, I try to go into remakes with the best mind possible because all remakes just like get hate, and yeah, like I try to go into a movie and just try and take out the best of what I can. Just try and, even if the movie is complete and utter shit, I try to look for the best in movies because in all honesty, I don't like to hate on movies because I know the process of what makes a movie is a really difficult process. Like, adding in all the CGI, green screen, filming it, getting the actors together. I know it's a long drawn out process, and like, yeah, and I can imagine the feedback for like a movie if it's people say, F this movie, this is the worst movie of 2020, or yeah, some shit like that. Like, it's just like, Yeah, I mean, So, yeah, it's like, that's why I try to be as positive. I try to look for the best in these types of movies. Child's Play, the 2019 Child's Play remake, I think is also another really great remake as well. I mean, it's not as good, but like, does anyone really expect remakes to be as good as the original? Like, Poltergeist is a classic. It was directed by Tobe Hooper. I think that's how you say his name. I feel like I've said his name wrong, but yeah, he directed like Texas Chainsaw, Texas Chainsaw 2, Funhouse, and obviously the original Poltergeist, which was also produced by Steven Spielberg. He was also involved in the story, or in coming up with the story. He was involved in producing and writing it. So yeah, he has a lot of involvement in that original, and I think that is a great combination of Toby Hooper and Steven Spielberg working on a film. I mean, yeah, that's obviously going to end up to be a classic, and it did. So yeah, but yeah, as far as this remake goes, um, this is bad. I'm going to start off with the negatives, with what I didn't like, because while they're still fresh in my mind, I'm going to start off with them, and then I'll move over to the positives. Um, so, the biggest negative of Poltergeist for me is the overuse of CGI and green screen. Probably in the mid of the second act, up until the very last shot of this movie, I am not joking, it is CGI galore. There is so much CGI and green screen in this movie, it is insane. And it's so it's like it takes you out of the movie so much. In this movie, it relies way too heavily on CGI. It's and there's this whole like weird like there's this like I think it's interesting, but there's this whole other side of the TV world. There's this like other reality to the reality that they're living into, this like poltergeist, ghost type reality, and it's all fake. There's so much of it used, and it takes you out of the experience. So much of the movie, and why the original podcast works so well is because that was all practical. They didn't have CGI or green screen around them. It had to be done practical. And that's why that original podcast holds up, and that's why movies like Jaws and all that still holds up. Is because it's practical and effective, and obviously it's a masterpiece of cinema and all that. But yeah, there's so much in it, and and like there's a big like CGI tree or branch that comes in, and it's so, it looks, in all honesty, horrible. Yeah, the CGI is definitely dated. This movie came out in 2015. It's now 2020. CGI and all that is definitely dated. I remember the first time I watched it. I mean, I wasn't really that bothered by it because I don't think at the time, I don't think I watched it. Well, at least I don't analyze films the way I did when I first watched this. And yeah, so yes, probably the biggest negative is like when all of that, when all the big CGI and green screen shit started happening in the mid of the second act to the end of the third act. Like I immediately checked out. I started playing like the Friday the 13th mobile game. It was called like Friday the 13th like murder puzzle or something like that. And like I started playing like that because I was so unimmersed in the movie and what was happening. And I checked out in like probably in the first like how long is this movie? Yeah, 97 minutes. I probably checked out at like the 40-minute mark of this movie because I could not care less about what was happening. Which that kind of brings up another point, is the characters. What characters? Like seriously, what characters? What characters? There are really no characters in this. You don't really learn much about these characters. They're more just people in a house that are being terrorized by poltergeist and ghosts and shit. That's honestly what these people are. These people are not characters. And plus, I can't really recall one thing I actually learned about these characters in the movie. They were just kind of just there. Like, one piece of character development, I guess, would be their family. I mean, that's kind of obvious because of what the whole story is and all that, but like, yeah, it's the characters. Like the first shot of the movie is them going to their house, and when they get to the house, it's like shit immediately goes wrong. Like there's this like stick thing that comes out of the ground. Like that's one of the first weird things that happens. And yeah, it's like as soon as I get to this house, like creepy shit starts happening, and like in the whole ghost closet starts talking to the little girl, and she doesn't get freaked out, and she just accepts it, and she's like, "Hi, ghost, we're gonna be friends forever and ever." That's on, that's honestly what it was like. Yeah, she. Like I don't want to give the little girl in this movie shit. I think as a performance, yeah, she was fine. She was okay, but character-wise, she was horribly written. Mainly because who, like, tell me here in the comments of this video, who on earth, when they hear a noise in their closet, who does not go to the parents saying, "I just heard a weird, creepy voice in my closet talking to me"? As soon as you hear the voice, you run. You run as fast as you can out of your room or out of the house. You don't say hi back. You don't start a conversation with the ghost. You don't do that. I can't, I don't know one person that would actually stay and actually talk to a ghost like that. So, yeah, that I found very silly. So, yeah, the writing to the movie is definitely a bit off. But yeah, I just found that hilarious that she just, the first time she heard the voice, she just accepted it. She was just like, yeah, we're gonna be friends now, and there was no questioning. There was no like, why the hell is my closet talking to me? There was none of that. It was just she just accepts it. So yeah, that I did not like. But yeah, characters are not good. What else? The acting. Let's talk about that. The acting is definitely dated. The one actor I can say that was okay was Sam Rockwell. I think he was, fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's good. He's okay in this movie. Yeah, everybody else just feels like it's. Plus, there's really nobody here that I can say is a good performance. Like there were actors in this movie that did fine. I'll give the little girl and the little boy in the movie a break because I'm guessing this is kind of new to them, so I will give them a break, and I'll probably I will say that they are all right. Actually, the boy character I actually did like. There was actually something to his character that I did like. He's kind of scared of the dark. I thought that was a great little setup for his character. I thought that gave something interesting to his character, and then he has to kind of overcome his fears in the third act. I thought that was an interesting story there. I thought that was a good, solid story there. I thought that was fine. But in the first act when he's all just scared, he has a nightlight and stuff, and he goes to open his closet and all these clowns fall out, which as you know, there's the clown scene in the original, and I'll talk about that as I'll talk about that later on. So yeah, the acting. I mean, everybody's just kind of meh. I mean, nobody is really good in this movie. But yeah, Sam Rockwell, yeah, he's fine in this movie. His performance has definitely dated since this movie came out in 2015. Like no one's performance was really believable. I think that's what I'm just trying to get around. Yes, performances, yeah, were all just kind of meh for me, at least upon this viewing. Maybe if I go back and like rewatch this movie, performances might be better. Like who knows? But just from this viewing, they weren't really. Everybody just felt like they just didn't really want to be there. But it was just kind of. It just looked like they looked like they were just bored, and yeah, that's honestly really what it looked like. There wasn't a whole lot of emotion coming from the actors or the characters. So yeah, acting was just kind of meh for me. The ending. Let's talk about that. There feels like there's two endings in this movie. That's what it feels like. It feels like there's two endings in this movie because there is a point where this movie could have just perfectly ended. Then they didn't need like an extra, 10 minutes added onto that. But there's a scene when, well, what actually happened in the ending? I remember they packed the car, they got in the car, the little girl starts saying stuff, and the dad reverses the car, and the car just stops abruptly, and yeah, and then they all hop out of the car, and that could have been an okay ending if they just accepted what it was. If they just reversed the car and just lived happily ever after from after that, they didn't need this whole like other ending where like the ghosts are still, well, the poltergeists or ghosts and all that are still coming after them and all of that. I just felt like there was just two endings here and they didn't know which one to use because they both really liked, and instead they kind of mix these two endings together to make two different endings. It's just if there was just like a specific point where this movie could have ended, and if it ended there, I may have not liked the movie, but I would have respected the movie for ending where it ended. Like maybe it probably would have been, so it's 97 minutes. So I'm probably guessing around maybe 80 minutes if they cut out the last probably 15 minutes of this movie. The if they left it at that point, it would have been at least a better ending than the extra 10-15 minutes that we got after that. But yeah, the ending I just didn't like. On the DVD, there is an alternative ending, an alternate ending and a gallery, which I'm curious to know what the alternate ending is because, the ending that we got in this movie definitely didn't really do much for me. It just felt like there were just two endings that they filmed and they didn't know which one to use, so they crammed it into one ending. That's kind of what it felt like to me. So yeah, and the movie wasn't scary either. I guess that's another negative I can bring up is the movie was not scary. There wasn't even anything that I felt even like a bit tense in. There was no tense sequences in this movie. As far as the suspense goes, there's one good suspenseful scene in this movie. It's where the teenage girl, I can't remember any of the characters' names because the characters are forgettable and all that, but yeah, the teenage girl, she I think she hears a weird sound in the in the garage, so yeah, she goes to investigate it, and I thought that scene there was some good suspense and actually what happened? She was on the phone. Actually, no, she was listening to music, and then the camera in the background, we see a door open. She sees that. She goes to see if anything was in there. There wasn't anything in there. And then the garage door opens. She looks. She goes out there, and yeah. So that was probably the one scene I can recall being there was a little bit of suspense there. There was a bit of suspense. But yeah, the movie wasn't scary. All the scares, yeah, I didn't jump once in this movie, so yeah. So I think that about does it for the negatives I have for this movie. So yeah, let's just switch around. Let's talk about what I liked in this movie. Okay, that's a challenging one. Don't know what I exactly liked in this movie. I'll say that some of the whole CGI ghosts and skeletons in the third act. I mean, yeah, I mean, they looked cool, I guess. Um, what else? Um, yeah, there was some cool demon ghost designs. The clown scene. I thought there was some good suspense there. And it kind of plays with the whole kid that it kind of plays with the it kind of plays with the kids' fear because the clowns are always moving around. What is that? Anyways, so yeah, for that was it. There was some good suspense there. Um, and I thought there was some the clowns eh, looked creepy enough, I guess. That is hard to say because there isn't really a whole lot in this movie that I actually enjoyed, if I'm being honest. Yeah, yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't exactly remember much from this movie. I only got done watching this movie about like an hour ago, so this movie is very forgettable. Um, yeah, it's not even all that entertaining either. Like maybe, yeah, no, I was just like I don't know. Yeah, I remember the first time I watched this, I actually enjoyed it, and like there were a lot of sequences in this movie that, as they were kind of happening, I noticed that they were kind of happening. Like I remember that scene from the first viewing, but that's because like it was kind of happening in front of me, so like I could kind of know when it was going to happen. But yeah, this movie wasn't really all that good. I'm just trying to think about what else I liked. Yeah. Performances were fine, I guess. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know what else I actually liked in Poltergeist. Yeah. So yeah, if I do like as I'm editing this review, if there is something that I do forget, I'll just like add it in as like a little text. But like as I'm just sitting here reviewing the movie, I can't really think of anything else that I really enjoyed in this movie. So yeah, they are my thoughts on Poltergeist, the 2015 remake produced by Sam Raimi. Here's the thing. Also, I feel like on script, this movie actually looked pretty cool. But I feel like when it just came to directing and getting the performances together and all that, and actually playing it out on screen, I feel like it wasn't. I feel like it wasn't. I feel like it wasn't the best. But on script, I think there's a lot of good ideas there. There's a lot of potentially good ideas, but it was more just executing that on screen. And this movie just turned out this movie just turned out to be a CGI mess. So yeah, this movie, yeah, I'm gonna stick with the original. Like I own it on DVD, so I mean, I can't ignore that this isn't a remake. But I will say this isn't the worst remake I've ever seen. I still think A Nightmare on Elm Street, the 2010 remake, I think is far worse than this. But yeah, it's like it has watchable parts. I think if I had some of my friends over and all that, if I popped this on for watch, like we might enjoy it, but but as for just a person on YouTube who watches and reviews and analyzes movies as he watches them, this movie was not a good. But I feel like if I'm with some friends or yeah, and all that, I feel like I might enjoy this movie. But yeah, just as my viewing tonight, this movie didn't really do much for me. But yeah, like I said, it's not the worst movie ever made. There's definitely far worse movies than this out there. There's far worse horror remakes out there than this Nightmare on Elm Street. But yeah, here are my thoughts on Poltergeist 2015. So yeah, if you have seen Poltergeist 2015, let me know down in the comments, what did you guys think of Poltergeist 2015? And actually, I'm not even gonna ask that yet. What did you think of Poltergeist 2015? Did you like it? Did you think it was meh, or did you really not like it? I'm curious to know all your thoughts on this movie, so pop it into the comments and let me hear what you think of this movie. So anyways, guys, I hope you have a good rest of your night, and I'll see you in the next video.